Liverpool fans have grown used to seeing Mohamed Salah dominate headlines over the years, but the latest development surrounding the Egyptian forward has sparked fresh debate at Anfield. With Arne struggling to get the best out of the squad this season, questions are beginning to surface over how Salah fits into the Dutchman's long-term plans, especially amid growing scrutiny over his recent form. Now, one former Liverpool player has made an eye-catching claim about what Slot might need to do next, and it could make for an awkward conversation inside the dressing room. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Mohamed Salah's form has become a talking point once again, with former Liverpool midfielder Don Hutchison suggesting that Arne Slot may soon need to have an uncomfortable conversation about the Egyptian superstar's place in the team. Salah's numbers remain respectable, 5 goals and 3 assists in 15 appearances so far this season. But his performances have been inconsistent. While flashes of brilliance have reminded fans of his world-class ability, stretches of subdued play have sparked questions over his sharpness and long-term role under Slot. "I think he played really well against Aston Villa," Hutchison told Sportscasting. "I thought that was the Mo Salah of old. I thought he was outstanding against Real Madrid. That was the Mo Salah. Then there was another little poor performance against Manchester City. But that wasn't just him. It was everyone apart from Dominic Szoboszlai and maybe Connor Bradley, who stood up to the task because he never gave in." Liverpool's 3-0 defeat to Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium marked one of their lowest points of the season so far, with Salah struggling to make his usual impact. Slot's side lacked cohesion and confidence, and the 33-year-old winger looked increasingly isolated in attack. For Hutchison, that inconsistency sums up where both the player and the team find themselves right now. "I think Salah's still got a lot to offer," he continued. "Salah will definitely score goals in a team that's playing well and has its confidence back. And maybe the African Cup of Nations will be great for him, to just wear that different shirt and go and play for his country, to take a bit of that stress away in a different environment." Salah's upcoming participation in the AFCON could serve as a timely reset, giving him a chance to rediscover his rhythm away from the Premier League spotlight. But Hutchison believes Slot and Liverpool's hierarchy will eventually need to make a key decision about how the forward fits into their evolving system. "Yeah, I think the uncomfortable conversation is how does he get in the Liverpool team going forward?" Hutchison said, "He signed up for 2 years, so you might as well keep him this season. However, if you get a big money offer in the summer, then Liverpool will have to think about it." While Salah's influence remains significant, his form dip has coincided with others in the squad pushing for more prominent roles. Arne Slot has rotated heavily in attack this season, with Hugo Ekitike impressing since his arrival and Cody Gakpo continuing to make strong contributions. The manager also has the likes of Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz to accommodate, both of whom are expected to play key roles in the months ahead. In that sense, Salah's temporary absence during the AFCON could help relieve the selection pressure, at least for a short time. It may also give Slot a clearer picture of how his forward line functions without its long-time talisman. Despite recent struggles, Slot has remained publicly supportive of his star winger. After benching Salah during a clash with Eintracht Frankfurt last month, the Dutchman insisted there was no cause for panic. "The last thing I worry about is Mo scoring goals again," Slot said. "The main thing is that he has always scored goals for Liverpool. He's done that his entire life, and I expect him to do that again in the upcoming weeks and months." For now, Salah remains central to Liverpool's ambitions, but with his contract winding down and new attacking stars emerging, questions about the next phase of his Anfield journey are becoming harder to avoid. The coming months could be defining, not just for Salah's future, but for how Arne Slot envisions the next chapter of Liverpool's attack. In other news, Arne Slot is under growing scrutiny at Liverpool as pressure mounts for him to deliver results, with questions now being raised over his future just months after guiding the club to Premier League glory. According to Premier League legend Matt Letizia, patience among supporters is beginning to wear thin following a disappointing run of form that has left the Reds languishing in mid-table. Speaking to the media, Letizia suggested that a section of Liverpool fans have already made up their minds about the Dutchman after what has been a surprisingly poor start to the campaign. I think there's already some Liverpool fans who are quite upset at the moment and are starting to point the finger at the manager, he said. You know, they're looking back at last season and going, well, you won that Premier League with Klopp's team. What did you really do? Letizia's comments reflect the growing frustration across the fan base, with many questioning whether Slot's title triumph last season was the result of inheriting a strong squad rather than building on it. His first full campaign in charge was expected to mark the beginning of a new era, especially after Liverpool invested heavily in the summer transfer window. The club smashed the British transfer record twice in quick succession to land highly rated stars Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, signaling their intent to challenge for major honours once again. But despite those headline-grabbing additions, the team has failed to live up to expectations. After a series of late goals disguised their vulnerabilities early in the season, those cracks have now widened. The Reds have won just 3 of their last 10 matches in all competitions, including a damaging 3-0 defeat to Manchester City last weekend, a result that has intensified scrutiny on Slot's leadership. Liverpool's attacking rhythm has stalled, their defensive organisation has faltered, and the confidence that defined their title-winning campaign has appeared to evaporate. The reigning champions currently sit 8th in the Premier League with 18 points from 11 matches, 8 points adrift of leaders Arsenal, and 4 behind second-place City. Reports from the media suggest that while there is no immediate internal pressure on Slot from the club hierarchy, doubts are beginning to form among supporters and pundits alike. His achievements last season have earned him some goodwill, but that may not last if the slump continues. Former Manchester United scout Mick Brown also warned recently that Slot must turn the tide quickly, even if the club remains outwardly supportive. The sentiment around Anfield, however, is shifting, with patience beginning to fray. Letizia compared Slot's situation to Claudio Ranieri's at Leicester City, who was dismissed less than a year after delivering one of football's most remarkable title triumphs. When fans start asking those questions, it's like, oh, okay, blimey, he continued. He's delivered you a Premier League, and then a few months later, well, we saw it with Leicester. When Ranieri won the league there, I think they sacked him, a few months into the season. It's mad how things go in football. The former England international believes that while Slot may still have backing from within the club, he cannot afford to let results continue to slide. You don't get too much time to have a bad spell, Letizia added. So yeah, he'll be pretty keen to start reversing this trend of results because he will come under pressure very soon. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.